The first question is from Abhishek Chattopadhyay. Swamiji, Shri Ramakrishna has said that only God is your own, nobody else is your own. Sri Sri Ma has said everybody is your own. Please resolve the contradiction.
Very nicely put. Sri Ramakrishna has definitely said that. Nobody else is your own, only God is your own. And the Holy Mother has definitely said, nobody is an other to you, the whole world is your own. Nobody is other, the whole world is your own. Learn to make the whole world your own. How do you reconcile? The apparent contradiction, but it's not really a contradiction. First of all, take what Sri Ramakrishna said. God only is your own. You know, in Vedanta we say that there is no relationship between the eternal and the non-eternal. You, the immortal soul, you are eternal, you are immortal. And these bodies, these things in this world, events, persons, all of these are transitory and temporary. Nothing here will last, nobody here will last. Death rules everybody. Vivekananda's very poignant words, emperors die and paupers die. The rich die and the poor die, the learned die and the ignorant die, saints die and sinners die, death comes for all. So everything is temporary here. Time rules everything, everything is transient in this world. And we, the immortal soul, we do not have any relationship. Only we apparently seem to have relationships. We seem to have a life full of relationships. We have relationships with family, in work, in community. We have relationships with people in our nation, around the world. So we have relationships with this body. I am this identity with this body. But all of this too shall pass. All of it will pass away. Therefore, the relationship which we have set up, one must be careful about that. There's a strictly temporary, and these are not ultimately lasting or real, these relationships, none of them. The only relationship which is eternal is your relationship with God. The relationship between the eternal and the eternal is possible. The eternal soul's eternal relationship with the eternal God, it's possible. That's our only relationship. If you put this in terms of Vedanta, our real nature as limitless awareness, consciousness, in which we are experiencing a world of continuous change, bodies which are changing continuously, mind which changes continuously, and a world of apparent relationships which are always turbulent, being established, being snapped. So that consciousness is eternal. The consciousness in which we are experiencing everything. Our real nature is eternal. And that's always with us. That's our reality. And that can never be changed. It does not require any effort to change it. It does not require, and what I meant was, no effort can change it. Nothing can change this one limitless existence, consciousness, bliss. Call it Atman, call it Brahman, whatever it is. So our, put it in devotional language, only thing that we truly have ever is God. And none else is our own because of this nature of continuous change. Now, this God is in everybody. This God is in fact, Vedanta would say, this God, this existence, consciousness, bliss, this Satchidananda, is in everybody, is in every entity, in fact has become or appears as everybody and as every entity in the world. So, in that sense, no one is another to you. Our own innermost reality is also the reality of all those that we see here and everything and everybody that we experience here. The God whom we revere, love, who is our closest, is also in each person, in each being, including not only all human beings, but all non-living, all living beings, and all non-living things. Every entity in this world is an appearance of the same divinity. And therefore, all is ours. There is no one or anything that is other. In Vedantic terms, this one limitless awareness which we are is also all of this. Notice the word limitless. What is limitless really? What's a limit? A limit is when an entity encounters something other than itself. A limit. So, the limit of my body is this. Just beyond my fingernails, it's not the body. It's something else. It's other than the body. The limit of this Vedanta center is at the doorstep. Beyond it is the pavement. That's not the Vedanta society anymore. That's the limit. Where something ends and something else begins. But what does limitless mean? Limitless means where that thing has no end at all. There is nothing else that begins after it. So, if God is limitless, then there is nothing other than God, nobody other than God, nowhere other than God, no time, no when other than God. So, there is no time beyond God, no space beyond God, and no object, person, thing, action beyond God. That's what limitless means. In terms of, again, Vedantic perspective. Limitless pure consciousness, limitless consciousness means whatever we seem to be aware of, whatever is presented to consciousness in consciousness does not constitute a second reality apart from consciousness. Not only the objects are not a limit to consciousness, even the time and the space are imagined in consciousness, are appearing in consciousness. Since all time appears in consciousness, consciousness is not, when I say consciousness, I mean Chit or Chaitanya. I don't mean our empirical consciousness which we are talking, which is the common meaning of the word consciousness in the English dictionary. I mean in the sense of pure consciousness. Since time is experienced within consciousness, therefore consciousness is not within time. Consciousness is eternal with respect to time. Technically, one should say consciousness transcends time. But a more easy way of understanding it is, we would say consciousness is eternal. There is no time when consciousness is not. Since space is experienced within consciousness, consciousness is all-pervading. Strictly speaking, consciousness transcends space, but we can put it this way, that there is no space where consciousness is not. The word itself can create problems. What do you mean there is no space where consciousness is not? Atman is not, or Brahman is not. No time, no space, no object limits consciousness. And therefore, it is one reality. That's our innermost reality. That's the reality of everything that we see. Therefore, there is nothing else that is our own except that. And there is nobody else here who is other than that. That explains the love of a saint, of an enlightened person for everybody. Don't be fooled. You think that often we when we meet highly advanced spiritual people, saints, sages, spiritual practitioners, you feel the love. You feel a kind of pure love for you, a kind of oneness with you. Like this person understands me and is on my side. But truly, that person understands you and is on your side, but you don't know how. The secret is this. The enlightened one doesn't love you. The spiritual person doesn't love you really. Or rather, let's put it this way, the spiritual person really loves you, doesn't really love you, loves the real you. Let's put it this way. When you feel that the saint or the enlightened person loves me so much, and you do feel, if you're lucky enough to meet such persons, you do feel a love which cannot be forgotten. Shri Ramakrishna, Swami Vivekananda used to say about Shri Ramakrishna, to us he was love personified. Long before Avatara, Incarnation, Samadhi, all the teachings of Vedanta, Bhakti and all of that, long before that, he bound us with his love. He would define Shri Ramakrishna as, he would spell it out, L-O-V-E, love. But Shri Ramakrishna also gave him the secret of that. He said, do you think I love you as a person? He said, I see Narayana in you. That's why I love you so much. I see the Lord in you. The day I do not see Narayana in you, I will not even be able to look at your face, you rascal, he said. So the spiritual person, the sage, the saint, sees God in all of us. One might think, do they imagine it? Seems like some kind of imagination. No, for us it might be. For them it's a fact. And they are right. They are right. We really do not know ourselves. We really do not know others. As long as we think I am a body, others are also bodies for us. As long as we think we are persons, as most of us do, we think of ourselves as persons. Others are also persons to us. You'll say, what else are they if not person? Oh, they are much more than persons. They are God himself, herself, who is appearing in all these forms. Herself, because for Sri Ramakrishna, God was she. It's a divine mother appearing in all these forms. So no one is another. Of course, when she said it, when Ma Sharda said it, her perspective was unique. Same thing, but another variation of that. For her, when she looked upon the rest of us, for her, we were all her children. Everybody in this universe. One of the monks asked her, "Mother, are you the mother of all? Just everybody in this universe?" She said, "Yes." Even them, the plants and the animals and the birds and the insects, is them too. So, she's the mother of all. From her perspective, therefore, nobody is other than you. But also for us, for all of us also. Let me compact that into a sutra, the basic, from a Vedantic perspective. You are pure consciousness and nothing other than pure consciousness. In that sense, only God is your own. No one else, nothing else. Everything else is an appearance to that pure consciousness. And everybody else, whatever you see, is that pure consciousness. And therefore everybody is your own. Either you are all of this or none of this. This is a Vedantic way of looking at it. What do? We say that our usual perspective is, I am this much. This whole universe appears. The whole universe, along with that body and that mind, is presented to you, the consciousness. So either you are all of it or none of it. To you, the consciousness, to me, the consciousness, the same consciousness actually, this whole universe, along with this body and mind, are presented. Presented means they appear, are experienced. Either I am all of it or none of it. But what do we usually do? We make a border. I am this. Up to the limits of this body, I am. The rest of it is not me. And then samsara starts. Because I, the limitless consciousness, having forgotten my nature as limitless consciousness, now identify as this body and mind, and now start interacting with all the rest of the world, people and things and places and actions. But then from an enlightened one's perspective, all of this is I. Or none of this is I. It's all an appearance. For the one who's devotional by nature, then all of this is the divinity, is one divinity. And so my worship goes out to that one divinity. I have only one thing in this world. Only one thing is mine in this world. One reality. That's that divinity, that God. But that God is also I see in everybody. Therefore, all are also mine. Notice, in the sages, in the saints' love, nobody is excluded. We all feel He loves us only, intensely. Nobody loves me like Him. And Sri Ramakrishna's disciples used to say, I think everyone felt that he loved that person the most. And in one sense it's true, because he saw God in that person. Of course he loved God the most. He saw God in that person. Not a part of God, not a portion or a reflection of God. God, all of it. But he saw exactly the same thing in everybody else. Imagine the joy of it. Vivekananda said to Ingersoll, the great skeptic, he said, imagine knowing you're one with everybody and you see divinity in everybody, loving everybody and everything as God. Imagine the joy of that. That kind of life. Okay, so it's good, very good that you have seen these two statements. Nobody is your own except God. Correct. From a devotional perspective, from a Vedantic perspective. There is nobody who's another. All are your own. Correct. From a devotional perspective, from a Vedantic perspective.